For all of the giant Suicide Squad-shaped bumps in the road, Warner Brothers have released some significant movies under the DC banner. We've seen wildly different takes on the Batman mythology, hugely varied takes on Superman, a towering adaptation of an unadaptable Alan Moore epic, and thankfully we didn't get that Green Lantern film with Jack Black as Hal Jordan, although would it have been worse? Since the start of the DC movie universe, there have been some mysteries left unresolved, some accidentally, some to be revealed in future, and some provocatively for effect, and all have given fans cause to lose sleep. I'm Adam from Whatculture.com, and here are the 10 biggest unanswered DC movie mysteries. Number 10, why is Lois Lane the key? Batman vs Superman. When Bruce Wayne is visited by the Flash from the future in Batman vs Superman, he's given an ominous warning stating that Lois Lane is the key and that he was right about him all along. Putting aside the question of who Bruce was right about, presumably it means Superman is in that alternate timeline where Supes has gone batshit crazy, or rather super crazy. The idea of Lois being the key is still unresolved. Does the Flash mean that she's key to averting a Darkseid attack? Or did he mean that she was the key to stopping Clark from going off the rails? Or is she involved in some way in helping him find his way back after his resurrection in Justice League? Number 9, was it a dream or a vision? Batman vs Superman. And come to think of it, what's the deal with Bruce Wayne's visions anyway? Initially it seems like they're just random nightmares, but then the nightmare sequence is very much presented as a vision of the future. So are we to assume that someone is implanting them in Bruce's mind from the future? Only Martian Manhunter would be really capable of such powers in Justice League terms, and he's not confirmed for the DCEU yet. And then to complicate matters, Bruce is visited by the Flash from the future, presumably using his cosmic treadmill, which then turns out to be a dream since Bruce wakes up from it immediately, and then he treats it like an actual thing that has happened, so he clearly thought it was more than just a creation of his own imagination. You are difficult, DC. Number 8, how did the Penguin get the Batmobile plans? Batman Returns. In Batman Returns, as part of his plan to bring down the Bat whack, the Penguin has his goons disassemble the Batmobile and fit a device that will allow him to remotely control the car. Nice plan, only where exactly do Penguin's mooks get the schematics for the Batmobile they're so clearly referring to as they take the car apart? It's not like Batman would be making those publicly available in City Hall or on his MySpace page. Presumably you want to keep the secrets of his mega powerful one-off superhero vehicle under wraps, and yet the Penguin is somehow able to get over the fact that he lives in the sewers and get his hands on the plan so simply it wasn't deemed important enough to be showed on screen. What gives? Number 7, why did Zod want his people to become normal? Man of Steel. Unfortunately, General Zod's major plan to secure the future for his people in Man of Steel hinges on a fairly ridiculous oversight. As a genetically modified super soldier, you think he would relish the added power afforded by Earth's yellow sun and reduced gravity. In fact, you'd think he'd realize that his entire people would benefit massively by the kind of superpowers they possess on Earth if he managed to bring them back using the Codex. Why does he want to terraform the planet and remove at least one of the pillars to making his people like gods? Why does he want to do that? It's a very wishy-washy commitment to genetic superiority, if you ask me. Number 6, where's Chase Meridian? Batman and Robin. Given how valuable Batman's secrets are, it's odd that he allows Dr. Chase Meridian to basically wander off with his biggest secret at the end of Batman Forever and never be mentioned again. Even Vicky Vale got a mention in Batman Returns, but Meridian is notable for her complete absence in Batman and Robin. Where is she? What happened to her after Batman Forever, and why would Bruce Wayne be so happy to allow her to disappear, knowing his defining secret? Unless, oh my god, he didn't kill her. Did he? Number 5, where did the Joker go? The Dark Knight Rises. Now, thanks to the untimely and tragic death of Heath Ledger, any plans for him to follow in the footsteps of Cillian Murphy and appear in more than one Dark Knight trilogy movie were taken away from Christopher Nolan before there was even a script for the final flick. And thanks to Nolan's commitment not to reference a real-life tragedy, we never got an answer to where the Joker was when Bane poured out Gotham's criminals onto the streets. There is some allusion to the character's fate in the novelization of The Dark Knight Rises, which bills him as Arkham's sole remaining inmate after everyone else has moved out to Blackwater, but even then the text isn't clear whether he's still there or whether he actually ever was, and apparently even Selina didn't know. Number 4, what happened to the other colonies? Man of Steel. When Zod unveils his plan to terraform Earth, he mentions to Clark Kent that he and his underlings visited other Kryptonian colonies where all they found was death. Despite that, he's able to recover a world engine, so presumably the colonists had the ability to terraform other planets and didn't just die out from environmental discord, unless they were idiots. So why did a race of people famed for their technological advancements succumb so easily? You could presumably account for some of them with disasters or hostile locals, but all of them? Either way, it's an almighty head-scratcher that's just sort of glossed over, despite how confusing it is that Krypton would simply stop its space program and cut off all external communication to the colonies and let them wither and die. Number 3, is Jason Todd still alive? Suicide Squad. Since Batman vs Superman's marketing revealed that Jason Todd had been killed prior to the film's events by the Joker, pretty much everyone assumed we were going to see a setup for Red Hood's appearance. Sure, Suicide Squad seemingly confirmed that Harley Quinn was an accomplice in the murder of Jason Todd, but since when does that mean anything concrete? I mean, she's balmy, which is why the fan theory still persists that Todd might still be living on as, whisper it, The Joker. Number 2, how did Batman get back to Gotham? The Dark Knight Rises. No, he's Batman isn't enough. Pretty much the single most pertinent question related to The Dark Knight Rises concerns the small but very annoying issue of how Bruce Wayne got back into a besieged Gotham without the use of any of his bat tech. The favored answer by most fans is, he's Batman, and Batman can do whatever he damn well pleases. Look, I get that fandom can be annoying when it fixates on one thing, but when that thing massively yanks them out of being immersed in the film during the crucial third act, that's not nothing. While there are theories propagated by fans that suggest solutions from outside the film's own lore, none of it sufficiently explains how he got from the pit to the outskirts of Gotham with no money, no tech, and no hope. Number 1, how did he get those scars? Unlike the last nagging questions, some of the mysteries on this list should never be actually answered. That's very much the case with the backstory of Heath Ledger's enigmatic Joker. While the comics and the original Batman movie, and indeed Gotham, have occasionally dabbled in explaining his mysterious origin, part of the appeal of Ledger's performance was his provocative use of imagined backstories to cement his shape-shifting mythology, but that doesn't mean it's not appealing to think about. Is he an Iraq War veteran? Is his psychosis down to an abusive father, the trauma of a lost wife, or is he just the universe's attempt to counterbalance the existence of Batman with an equal and opposite force? DC doesn't always make you smile, but it damn sure often makes you think. And that's our list. Did we miss any out? Tell us about it in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter here. I'm Adam from Whatculture.com, and I'll see you soon.